The title card was not lying to you. This is, in fact, Holy Plot. I am, in fact, Liam with Jacob and James, and we did just watch Ahsoka, 2 episodes of Ahsoka on Disney Plus. Now, listen, viewers, I do not like Star Wars. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. There is a spectrum of opinions on Star Wars in this channel. I almost said podcast. We still do podcast. And speaking of, if you like what we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our podcast videos as well as our reviews, which we're doing right now. But back to Ahsoka, man, I didn't like it. I did not like it. Jacob, did you like it?
Well, before I say anything, I just want to mention that if my audio sounds a little funky, it is because I am currently moving and I'm having to record this in my car.
Dedication.
Dedication, yes, exactly. Going into this, I do not want to say that I have preconceived notions, but what I will say is that I have already watched this twice, where the gang over at Lucasfilm says, "Oh my God, people love that character. We should make a new Disney Plus show about them." And I just don't feel that it is as good as it could be. And I think Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, all are great characters to helm shows around. And I don't think necessarily this is like a case of like milking or any of that, though I do think Ahsoka has overstayed her welcome a little bit. But I basically got exactly what I expected, where it has a lot of the same issues as those other shows. So what I will say, just to start off my points, is that if you had issues with Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, you will probably have the same issues, maybe to a lesser degree, but you will probably have the same issues with this show, because it has a lot of the same things that I have had gripes about. So I didn't want that to be the case, but it certainly is. And I know it didn't get the love and respect it deserved, and I'm glad to see it getting a little bit more, is Andor, which was just a complete embarrassment to all the other Star Wars TV shows that have been coming out, because that show is amazing. And I am very lukewarm on Star Wars, pun intended. And that show was very, very good television. So it shows they can do it. But I feel like something is missing with these big TV shows. James, what did you think?
There were things that I liked. There were things that I did not like. The main thing that I was really wanting to judge was, did I buy each of these characters, both as they are adapted from the animated stuff that I have watched, and if you are jumping into this for the first time without having watched those shows, which it was kind of promised that you could do, does that work? It worked to varying degrees. If you're new to this, and I'll get into this more, I doubt how much this show maybe gets you to buy into stuff that feels like it's for a 5th season of a show.
Well, here I can answer that for you right now. It doesn't. I want to make it clear to the viewers that at one point in my life I was a huge Star Wars fan, but after just being let down continuously, it's changed. I have not seen Rebels besides a couple key episodes, so I don't know shit about like Ezra and Sabine or Hera. So
Yeah.
the way it was marketed is that you can just jump into this and get something out of it, which I guess you can if what you want out of it is just Ahsoka fighting some guys and looking for people. You know, it's
But
just
the problem with that is that we already have that, and it's been done better.
the problem with it is that it is so formulaic and safe and samey and stupid. There's a MacGuffin they have to chase.
Yes, there's a
the
MacGuffin.
bad guys are gonna get it. We obviously, we know what's gonna happen. There's this one point where a certain character, before getting into spoilers, gets like stabbed in the tummy, and we've seen it a billion times. I said out loud in my room when I was watching it, that is the iconic non-fatal tummy Star Wars stab. It's such, because it's happened like 5 times. And another thing before we get into the characters, because damn it, I hate this shit. Disney, you are the most rich, owning everything corporate that currently exists on planet Earth. You don't even pay your actors, and I still have to watch like 8 Burger King ads and the stupid Ahsoka show, and you're raising the price on your shitty thing no one watches again.
Yeah,
and
I cannot
then,
believe they're raising the price again.
And
That's a
then
little wild.
when the show ends, I get the cute little link for the exclusive Ahsoka merch. It's just like their cards are so on their sleeve that this is a money pit. There are creative people who worked on it. The show is not a complete stinker where you can't have any fun with it, but it is just so obvious that they see me in my little hamster cage and they refilled my little drippy water bottle. Now it's time for me to go drink from it. Anyway, James, what more did you like about the show?
How do we feel about Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka now after seeing more than just a couple guest appearances?
She's fine. She's not better than Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am still in the camp, and Rosario Dawson is good casting. I know people wanted her to play the character for a long time.
She's a great actress.
But I am still in the camp that Ashley Eckstein is Ahsoka, and I mean, this might come from a bit of a petty place, and I'm not trying to, just hate on Disney or anything. But I'm just so curious why she didn't get the call. I don't know. It's a little weird. I can tell she's putting in more effort to the character. You can clearly tell she's trying to get the mannerisms down, the combat fighting down, and all that stuff takes a lot of work. I have no disrespect to her at all. She's doing a great
Yes,
job.
Rosario Dawson, I think, has been on record saying that she has put in a lot of time to the physical training for this, like 14-hour days. And I'll back what you guys are saying. I was a little weary because in her past 2 appearances, I've seen this come up a lot. People were like, she is playing this character very stoic. Yeah. And it was a little confusing. So I was really paying attention to that in this episode. And, we got a little bit of smirking and smiling and playfulness. I think what I want to see is I want to see this character pushed by the villains, because I want to see, can she play the full range of this character other than the more Rebels-esque, quiet Jedi Master feel.
I'll say this: I can't imagine anyone calling Rosario Dawson Ahsoka sniffs.
We'll see. We will see.
Oh God.
Yeah, we will see, and that's another thing.
It's like, is it a spoiler? Who knows? It's hard.
He's in the
promos. Yeah, he's in the promos.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be in the promos. It's because, again, of course he's going to be in it, because it's not for the story, but it's so that they can throw him up on Twitter and appease the masses with, holy shit, we finally get to see Anakin and Ahsoka interact in live action. Of course, that's like probably why this was greenlit, was for
probably,
that. And like, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, we mentioned this caricature called Glup Skyguy. It was birthed by Star Wars, particularly, not to call anyone out by name, Dave Filoni's writing style, where he likes to bring out characters from the toy bin and throw them in your face, and it's like, oh my God, Zev is here. This episode is a 10 out of 10. Stuff like that is where the Glup Skyguy thing came up.
It is a running gag.
Holy shit, is that Ray Dinkus from the comics?
Which, as far as Hayden Christensen as Anakin, not tangenting on this, there are narrative reasons for that to happen. There are unresolved stuff with her character. It would make sense for him to show up and talk to her character. I'll go ahead and give my number score. I would give this a 6. It's fine. It's not poorly made. There's good stuff in there, some of which we'll talk about in spoilers, but that's my thoughts on it before we get into it.
My concluding thoughts is that Ahsoka should not be fine. Ahsoka is arguably their best character. With that in mind, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10.
I have it at a 3, man. I just hate Star Wars.
So we want to say 4 or 5? What are we thinking?
Yeah, we'll give it a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5.
4.5.
Now,
check us out in our spoiler review. It should be in your next recommendation feed. What do they call it? Whatever. Go watch our stuff. Like, subscribe. This has been Holy Plot. If you're a Star Wars fan, don't hate us. We like stuff, I promise. Thank you, baby. Good night.